What if one simple concert appearance could dominate social media within minutes, while an entirely different BTS member became the target of another wave of unnecessary hate? Recently, two very different stories have been capturing the attention of ARMY around the world. On one side, Jungkook surprised everyone by casually attending a Stray Kids concert as an audience member. On the other, every update about Jimin continues to spark endless arguments, speculation, and negativity that often have nothing to do with the actual news. So why does a peaceful concert outing become a global headline, while a simple update about another member turns into another shipping debate? Let's take a closer look. Recently, two topics have been dominating conversations among BTS fans. On one hand, Jungkook attracted widespread attention after he was spotted attending a Stray Kids concert with his manager. On the other hand, every time news about Jimin is posted, the comment sections once again become filled with various theories and negative remarks that drift far away from the actual topic. These two situations show just how much public attention anything related to BTS members continues to receive. Jungkook once again became the center of attention after he was seen attending a Stray Kids concert as an audience member. His appearance quickly went viral because very few people expected the Golden Magne to casually enjoy a concert in the middle of his busy schedule. Within minutes, photos and videos of him spread across multiple social media platforms, becoming a hot topic among both ARMY and STAY. What caught people's attention the most was Jungkook's simple appearance. He attended without wearing a mask, dressed casually, and looked like an ordinary fan enjoying the show. Since his face was clearly visible, many fans once again praised his natural visuals. Countless comments described him as looking fresh, relaxed, and incredibly adorable. The smiles captured by fans throughout the concert made many people happy to see him genuinely enjoying his free time. Various fan videos showed Jungkook completely focused on Stray Kids' performance. He smiled several times as he enjoyed the atmosphere and seemed to be having a great time throughout the concert. Many fans also viewed his attendance as a gesture of support for fellow artists. His humble attitude, choosing not to seek attention and simply enjoying the performance quietly, earned him even more respect. Social media quickly filled with positive reactions. Many ARMY said they were happy to see Jungkook finally getting the chance to relax after such a demanding schedule. Others mentioned that simply seeing him smiling and enjoying himself was enough to brighten their own day. This simple moment once again proved that whatever Jungkook does naturally captures public attention. Even as nothing more than a member of the audience, he still became one of the most talked about topics online. However, amid all of this positive news, there is another trend that I have been noticing more and more recently: the growing number of hateful comments directed at Jimin. These comments are no longer simple differences of opinion or constructive criticism. Instead, they often consist of insults, false accusations, and claims that lack any clear factual basis. We all know that not everyone likes JIKOOK, and that's completely normal. Everyone has the right to have their own preferences regarding the ships they enjoy or dislike. However, disliking a ship is very different from turning one of its members into the target of constant hatred. When someone repeatedly attacks Jimin simply because they dislike a particular pairing, the discussion has already moved beyond personal opinion and into personal attacks. One interesting pattern is that these comments are remarkably similar. Although they often come from different accounts, the narrative rarely changes. Every time news about Jimin is posted, there are always comments attempting to shift the discussion toward various shipping theories. Rather than talking about the actual news or Jimin's activities, the conversation repeatedly gets redirected to the same arguments. Ironically, many of these news stories have absolutely nothing to do with relationships between BTS members. They may focus on Jimin's solo activities, performances, achievements, or daily life. Yet the comment section still becomes filled with accusations claiming that the company is trying to separate Jungkook from Jimin, deliberately removing Jimin from group photos, or leaving behind supposed clues that allegedly support certain theories. The problem is that almost none of these claims come with verifiable evidence. Most of them are simply assumptions that get repeated over and over until they begin to sound like established facts. Yet, when examined closely, the arguments are often based solely on personal interpretations of photos, videos, or isolated pieces of information that may not carry the meaning people assign to them. From a logical perspective, the claim that the company wants to push Jimin aside is also difficult to understand. Jimin is one of South Korea's most globally influential artists. He has built a highly successful solo career, enjoys an enormous international fan base, has consistently achieved impressive milestones, and has contributed tremendously to both BTS and the company over many years. From both a business and entertainment industry standpoint, it makes little sense for any company to intentionally sideline an artist with that level of value without a clear reason. Another interesting point is that many of these theories contradict one another. For years, some people claimed that the company intentionally highlighted interactions between Jimin and Jungkook as part of a particular strategy. Then, when circumstances changed, a completely different narrative emerged, arguing that the company was now deliberately keeping them apart. Clearly, both claims cannot be true at the same time. Whenever Jimin and Jungkook are seen together, some people insist everything has been carefully staged. Whenever they are not seen together, new theories appear claiming they are intentionally being separated. If there's a group photo, another explanation follows. If one member is absent from a thumbnail or promotional image, yet another round of speculation begins. No matter what happens, everything is interpreted through the same predetermined narrative. This pattern suggests that many conclusions are not actually built on evidence, but rather on beliefs that already existed beforehand. New information is then interpreted in ways that continue supporting those beliefs, even when doing so directly contradicts previous claims. Another thing I find interesting is that whenever I make a video about Jimin, the discussion is often redirected toward JIKOOK or JIKOOK by certain commenters. The ironic part is that I am not talking about member relationships, analyzing interactions, or discussing any ship at all. The focus is simply on Jimin and his activities. Ironically, many of the people who accuse others of being overly obsessed with ships are often the first to bring Jungkook, JIKOOK, or JIKOOK into the conversation. It almost seems as though they themselves struggle to discuss Jimin without connecting him to theories they already believe. If we follow that line of thinking and imagine that one day Jimin decides to pursue a different career path, would that automatically prove a particular shipping theory to be correct? Of course not. Would it erase the years of friendship between Jimin and Jungkook? Absolutely not. Human relationships cannot be proven or disproven through speculation on social media. Jimin and Jungkook have known each other for many years as members of the same group. Whatever their relationship may be as friends or colleagues is ultimately their own private matter. No fan truly knows every aspect of their personal lives. Drawing absolute conclusions based on fragments of information found online is simply not a reasonable approach. Another interesting observation is how even the smallest interaction between Jimin and Jungkook often generates lengthy discussions. If those interactions were truly considered unimportant, they would simply be ignored. Yet in reality, nearly every small moment results in countless new posts, lengthy analyses, and additional theories. That reaction alone shows that many people continue paying close attention to their interactions. That is why I find it rather strange when a video that is simply about Jimin eventually turns into another debate about shipping. The topic itself never points in that direction. The conversation changes only because certain comments introduce completely different narratives. In the end, everyone is entitled to their own opinions and preferences. Liking or disliking a particular ship is a personal choice that deserves respect. However, freedom of opinion does not mean having the freedom to insult someone, spread false accusations, or turn every piece of news into an opportunity to promote hate. Differences of opinion can still be discussed respectfully. Criticism can also be expressed politely, but once comments become personal attacks that have nothing to do with the original topic, there is little positive value left in that discussion. As fans, it would be far better if we focused on verified facts, appreciated each BTS member's achievements, and respected differing opinions without making any individual member the target of unnecessary hate. Both Jungkook and Jimin have demonstrated extraordinary dedication throughout their careers as artists. They deserve recognition for their hard work and accomplishments, not endless speculation unsupported by credible evidence. Ultimately, simple moments like Jungkook enjoying a Stray Kids concert or updates about Jimin's activities should be opportunities for fans to share excitement and positive information. Social media would be a much healthier place if discussions were based on facts, mutual respect, and appreciation for the artist's work instead of being dominated by hatred or constantly shifting theories. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this discussion, Don't forget to share your thoughts respectfully in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.